Your child is 2 years old. They're still not saying many words. People around you keep saying, "Oh, don't worry, Einstein didn't talk until he was 4." But deep down, something just feels off. If that's you right now, I want you to take a breath. Because what I'm about to share could genuinely change the trajectory of your child's development. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, because every single sign I cover today is one that too many parents don't catch until it's years later. Hi, I'm Sarah, and whether you're a first-time parent or you've been down this road before, this is one of the most emotionally charged questions any parent can face. Is my child's silence a speech delay, or could it be autism? These two things can look incredibly similar on the surface, but the signs underneath? They're very different. And knowing the difference isn't about labeling your child. It's about getting them the right support at the right time, when it matters most. Before we dive in, drop a comment below right now and tell me, how old is your child, and what's brought you to this video today? I personally read every single comment. Sign number 1, the pointing problem. Here's a sign most parents completely miss, and researchers call it one of the earliest red flags for autism. Join attention. Let me explain. Imagine little Maya. She's 14 months old. When she sees a dog through the window, she grabs her dad's hand and pulls him over. But she never points at the dog and looks back at dad to share the moment. She wants the dog, but she's not inviting dad into her world. A child with a simple speech delay will often point to things they find exciting and look back at you, as if to say, "Dad, look at that." That's joint attention. Children on the autism spectrum frequently miss this developmental milestone. It's not about vocabulary at all. It's about connection. The science backs this up. Research from the University of California found that absent or reduced joint attention before 18 months is one of the most reliable early predictors of an autism diagnosis. Action step. Starting today, notice whether your child points to share things, not just to get things. That distinction matters enormously. Coming up, I'm going to show you the one scenario most pediatricians don't even test for in routine checkups. Don't click away. Sign number 2, words that disappear. This one hits parents hard. Imagine this. Your son said mama and bye-bye clearly at 12 months. You have it on video. Then somewhere around 18 months, those words just stopped. He went quiet. That regression, the loss of language a child already had, is a significant clinical marker for autism, not a typical speech delay. Children who are simply late talkers don't usually lose words they've already learned. They just develop them slowly. A 2021 study published in the journal Autism Research found that approximately 20 to 30% of autistic children experience this kind of language regression in their second year of life. If you've noticed your child lost words or skills they once had, please don't wait. Bring it up with your pediatrician this week. Write it down, record a video, document it, because that history is gold for any developmental specialist. Sign number 3, the sound without meaning. Here's something parents often find reassuring but shouldn't. My child talks a lot. They just don't use real words yet. Here's the thing. There's a big difference between babbling as communication and babbling as self-stimulation, what specialists call stimming. Take little Aiden. He makes tons of sounds. He hums, he clicks, he repeats syllables over and over. But when you call his name, he doesn't respond. When you try to play back and forth sounds with him, he doesn't engage. The sounds aren't directed at you. They're inward. Compare that to a late talker who may not have words yet but is absolutely trying to communicate with you. Pointing, pulling, making eye contact, reacting when you talk to them. That's social reciprocity. The conversational dance is the difference. And it's something a trained speech-language pathologist can assess in a single session. Does your child respond when you call their name? Comment below, yes or no. It helps so many parents in this community feel less alone. We're about halfway through, and I haven't even gotten to the sign that most parents, even doctors, dismiss as just a phase. Keep watching. Sign number 4, rigid play patterns. When 3-year-old Sophie plays with her toy cars, she lines them up perfectly. Always. Every single time. And if you move one car out of line, full meltdown. Imaginative, flexible play is a developmental milestone closely tied to language and social development. Children with speech delays typically still explore toys in varied ways. They pretend, they invent stories, they assign voices. Repetitive, rigid play, doing the exact same thing in the exact same way every time, is a behavioral hallmark of autism spectrum disorder. It isn't a parenting issue. It isn't stubbornness. It's a neurological pattern. Actionable tip: sit down and play with your child for 15 minutes today. Don't direct the play, just observe. Does your child invite you in? Do they use objects in creative ways? Or is the play looping, isolated, and inflexible? Sign number 5. Social smiling and eye contact. Here's one I need to address carefully because it's nuanced. Not all autistic children avoid eye contact. In fact, some make eye contact just fine. But what researchers look for is the quality and purpose of that eye contact. Is your child looking at you to connect? Or are they looking through you? Social smiling, the big, genuine smile a baby gives when you smile at them, typically emerges around 6 to 8 weeks. By 12 months, babies are usually using eye contact, smiling, and facial expressions as full-on communication tools. A child with a speech delay is often a social butterfly. They just can't find the words yet. An autistic child may be deeply engaged in their own inner world, not because they don't love you, but because their brain is wired to process social information differently. What parents should do right now? Okay, you've been watching, you've been thinking, and maybe your heart is racing a little. I want to slow that down, because here's the truth. An early speech delay, whatever the cause, is not a life sentence. Early intervention is the single most powerful tool we have. And the earlier it starts, the better the outcomes. That is not opinion. That is decades of peer-reviewed research. Here's your 3-step action plan right now. First, request an evaluation. You do not need a referral in most countries to access a speech-language pathologist. Call your pediatrician or your local early intervention program today. Second, fill out the mChatR screening tool. It's free online. It's specifically designed for children 16 to 30 months and takes less than 10 minutes. Third, document everything. Videos, notes, observations. The more data you bring to a specialist, the faster and more accurately they can help your child. Before I wrap up, I want to tell you about one more thing that gives children the biggest developmental advantage. And it's something you can start doing at home tonight. The one thing you can do tonight. It's called floor time. And it's not a therapy, it's a philosophy. Get on the floor with your child. Follow their lead completely. If they're spinning a wheel, spin the wheel with them. Don't try to redirect. Don't teach. Just enter their world. Developmental psychologist Dr. Stanley Greenspan spent decades showing that this kind of child-led connection is the foundation of all communication growth. Even 20 minutes a day of pure, distraction-free, child-led play can accelerate language development significantly, regardless of whether your child has autism, a speech delay, or neither. You are your child's most important speech therapist. Not because you have a degree, but because you have a relationship. And that is irreplaceable. Strong recap. Let's bring it all together. The signs that separate a speech delay from autism aren't always about words. They're about connection, flexibility, and social engagement. Watch for absent joint attention, loss of words that were already there, vocalizations without social intent, rigid repetitive play, and quality of social smiling and eye contact. None of these signs diagnose your child. Only a trained professional can do that. But you, armed with these observations, can walk into your next pediatrician appointment with confidence, clarity, and a specific list of concerns that will get your child the help they need faster. If this video helped you, or if you know another parent who's lying awake at night wondering these same things, please share it. It takes 2 seconds, and it could genuinely change a child's life. Hit that like button if you learned something new today. It tells the algorithm this content matters, and it helps me reach more families who need it. Subscribe and ring the bell because next week we're going deep on what actually happens inside a speech therapy evaluation and how to make sure your child gets the most out of every single session. And drop a comment right now. Tell me, which of these signs surprised you most? Or share where you are in your journey, because this community is full of parents who get it, and your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. I'll see you in the next one. You're doing an incredible job just by showing up and learning. Your child is lucky to have you.